At the intersection of Colorado Avenue around 1 o'clock this afternoon, where they encountered a man at the dead end. They exchanged gunfire with the man, and 3 of the officers were injured during the gunfire, and the suspect was DOA. I cannot confirm if the suspect took his own life at this point or if it was the return fire from law enforcement. This was an ambush situation. This is a difficult day for the Lorain Police Department and the law enforcement community. The reason I'm speaking is the Elyria Police Department will be handling the investigation of the officer-involved shooting, along with our local partners with the Sheriff's Department and the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, as well as other federal partners. We're going to make sure that we conduct a thorough investigation to determine exactly what happened here today. Unfortunately, as I said, 3 officers were shot. They're being evaluated at this point at Metro Hospital in Cleveland. I do not have confirmation of their injuries. One was seriously injured. I can't tell you that. So we pray for the officers' families. I want to extend my prayers and condolences for the Lorain Police Department and all the law enforcement officers that responded here today to assist in this investigation. I want to commend the officers who encountered the suspect for their bravery and heroic efforts in preventing other people from being injured. At this point, again, I appreciate your understanding. There's not a lot more I can divulge at this point. This is an active investigation. We want to make sure that we do a thorough job in determining what happened here, and because of that, there's not a lot I can speculate on at this point, but I'm willing to take some questions.
Chief, when you say ambush, can you set the scene that the officers encountered and why you have concluded already that it was an ambush?
To my understanding, there was one male who had a vehicle parked at the dead end behind me on Riverbend Drive. When the officers arrived, he opened fire with a high-powered rifle and shot at the officers.
And what happened there?
The officers returned fire.
And he was killed instantly?
So I'm sorry, one question at a time, guys.
He was killed instantly?
I don't have that information at this point.
Initially, there were some reports about a second gunman. Is there any credence to that?
Not to my knowledge, but again, this is an open investigation.
What was the call for service? Why did officers arrive here?
It's my understanding that they were doing proactive patrolling in the area, and it was a random encounter with the suspect. But again, I don't want to speculate until I am able to determine exactly why they were here. But I can confirm that upon their arrival, they were shot at by this gunman in an ambush type situation.
Were they all 3 flown to Metro by life flight? Because we were told initially one of them was taken to Mercy in Lorain.
It's my understanding that 2 were flown to Metro.
And then the 3rd is at Mercy.
I can confirm that 3 of them are being evaluated for gunshot wounds. I don't have specifics on their current medical status or where their locations.
Jim, do you know how many officers were? We have the 3 officers who were wounded. Were there any officers with them at that time, or was it just the 3 of them?
Obviously, when the situation occurred, there was a request for backup due to shots fired, and other officers responded at that time. And I don't have specifics on what their involvement was once they arrived. That's something that we're going to uncover through the course of the investigation. And when I get those answers for you, I will report back.
Can you tell us anything about the suspect? Anything?
Yes. White male, 28 years old. Last known address was Lorain, Ohio. At this point, I'm fairly confident we've confirmed his identity, but I'm not going to release that at this time.
Does he have a criminal background?
What I can tell you is this area is safe to the public, and we've contained the area, and there's no danger to anybody who travels along Colorado Avenue. We got multiple tactical teams out here, multiple agencies to assist, and the area is safe.
So just to clarify, there was never a search for additional suspects?
After the initial scene was safe when the suspect was neutralized, and again, I can't confirm exactly what took place there. I can tell you there was an exchange of gunfire between the suspect and the officers that responded. Once the initial shots fired ended, we had multiple tactical teams from locally, including Elyria Police, Lorain County Sheriff's Office. We had state police chopper here, other tactical teams from the area, searched the wood line down near the riverbank to make sure there wasn't additional suspects. At this point, no other suspects has been located, and we're fairly confident that it's one lone gunman.
Chief, can you tell us if he was if the officers were drawn here, if he did anything that was provocative that made them come here and confront him?
No, to answer that question, I do not have that information at this point.
Chief, I can tell this is difficult for you to talk about. Can you elaborate a little more on how taxing this can be for your members? We're seeing hundreds of cars and dozens of departments.
Yeah, well, as I said earlier, I just want to extend my condolences to the officers' families. First of all, the Lorain Police Department, the City of Lorain, we're here to support them, as well as Sheriff Hall and his deputies and our federal and local partners. Anytime law enforcement is injured, it's a difficult day for the law enforcement community, and we're going to do everything we can to support Lorain Police and conduct a thorough and successful investigation to determine exactly what happened. But yeah, as you can see by the response of all the agencies locally, federally, I'm sure the Lorain Police Department is appreciative of that, and they're hurting right now, and we're going to do everything we can to support them.
Chief, we could see a boat from our property. Was that involved in the scene or as part of the investigation?
Yeah, in regards to the boats, there's a river that backs up to the dead end here near where the suspect's vehicle was found. So in part of the search of the area, we wanted to coordinate efforts along the riverbank to make sure we didn't have additional suspects in that location.
So that was a law enforcement boat?
Yes.
Okay.
Chief, as best you can you describe the weapon that he used? And are you able to say how many shots were fired?
I cannot confirm. I can tell you there's one weapon. I'd be speculating if I gave you any more information because I just don't have it.
Is it some kind of assault type weapon?
I don't know.
Chief, so just to be clear, based on your knowledge now, you believe that this was an encounter that officers were not called or dispatched to this location?
I don't have specifics as to why the officers were in this area. So it would be improper for me to comment on that because it would just be speculation.
Are you able to share anything about the officers, how long they were in the force, their ages, anything like that?
At this point, we're not going to release the identities of the officers until we made made sure that we confirm notification to their families and find out their actual condition.
Members of the public seem like they want to help, show appreciation. What can they do?
Yeah, that's a great question. If there are any members of the public that may have witnessed this or have any information on the shooting, they can contact the Elyria Police Department at 440-323-3302, or they can reach out to the Lorain Police Department and provide their name and information, and we'll contact them. We want to get all available information. that's out there. So I encourage the public to reach out if they have additional information that can help us determine exactly what happened today in this tragic situation.
Chief, I saw a BCI truck pulling in earlier. Are they investigating as well?
Yes.
Are they the lead agency? I know you mentioned officer involved shooting. Is that what they're investigating? What is their role in this? Do you know?
I do know. They're assisting. We are the Elyria Police Department is the lead agency that's handling the investigation. But again, due to the expansive crime scene and multiple crime scenes, we reached out to BCI for assistance in helping us recover evidence and trajectory of rounds and things of that nature to conduct the other aspect of the investigation and evidentiary-wise.
Multiple crime scenes. How were there multiple crime scenes? This wasn't just the ambush that isn't where it ended. This happened in multiple places.
Everything occurred back in this area, but this was an exchange of gunfire, so there's some multiple locations where that occurred.
How long did this, with the exchanging, how long did this gunfight go on for?
I don't have that exact information.
Since we're not back there, can you give us a lay of the land of what that dead end area looks like?
I cannot because I haven't been back there at this point. To my understanding, this road extends about a mile and a half from where we are. It's a dead end to a wooded area, and the rivers behind it. That's the best explanation I can give you. And the suspect and his vehicle are located back there.
Notice the bomb squad this year. Any special reason?
Precautions for follow-up investigations. Yes. We have Lorain County coroners on scene, and they're also assisting in the investigation.
And this 28-year-old white male who last known address from Lorain, he was the only one, for that was there in that car.
Yes. At this point, we can confirm that he's a lone gunman.
To the extent any motive may have been expressed, have you guys heard anything about why this person may have done this?
That's something that we're looking into, but I don't have specifics on a motive at this point.
Do you have another update, Jim?
I will have additional updates as the investigation progresses, and we can confirm some of the questions that you've asked here today. And once I get that information, we will extend an additional, more in-depth release as to our findings. I'd like to say that I appreciate you guys being patient and waiting to speak with somebody from law enforcement, and I hope I was able to answer most of your questions.
Lastly, what is your message to the community when you see all these people out here and wanting to know what's happening, wanting those updates, and a lot of different information going around that is not true? What do you want to say to the people who live in this area?
Well, I think my presence here today, trying to give you the information that I have, lends to the transparency of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to conduct an impartial but thorough investigation so we can determine exactly what transpired here and why this senseless act took place. I'd ask the communities to support the Lorain Police Department in their time of need. They had 3 officers that were shot and are injured, and they need the support of the public right now, as do all the law enforcement agencies in this area. So I would just hope that they would support the police and understand that this is an ongoing investigation, and it will take time to determine exactly what transpired here today. But my goal and all the officers that are here investigating is to make sure we do a thorough investigation so we can report back to you and the public our findings.
Thank you. Chief, one more. Did you have a lead investigator selected that residents should contact if they believe they have information?
Lieutenant Tom Wade of the Elyria Police Department would be their point of contact at this point. He's a unit commander of the Elyria Police Detective Bureau.
Will you guys be doing a press release for some of these if it comes out, or should we contact the person that you just said instead?
We will do a press release, a written press release here shortly. I can't tell you exactly when.
I'm on the list.
But something more in depth will come out here I'll try to get it by the end of the evening.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Stay safe.